Hi ladies, it's Monique with Boundaries for Women, and as you can see today I'm talking about journaling into emotional freedom. And I'd be really curious to know who among you already are someone who journals, because if you aren't doing it already, it can really shift your life. So just a little quick thought about journaling and how I started journaling. So I'm an artist, I'm a writer and an actor, a filmmaker, and a musician, singer-songwriter. And so many years ago, I read this book, which you may have heard of, called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. And in that book, she talks about the morning pages. And the morning pages, the idea is basically in the morning, maybe after you've gotten your morning drink, tea, coffee, whatever, you sit down and you just start writing. Just free flow, stream of consciousness. You just start writing 3 pages every day. And I started doing that like 18 years ago, I think. And it is life-changing, maybe less than that. But anyway, and you just basically start writing. And sometimes for people who aren't writers, it's kind of like, well, I don't know what to write about. Then sit there and write, I don't know what to write about. Just keep writing that until something comes into your head and then start writing about that. And the reason I bring this up for emotional freedom has to do with the fact that if you are going through a toxic relationship, especially if you're going through narcissistic abuse, and you know that that's what it is. And if you don't know what narcissistic abuse is, I have other videos on that topic, and there's loads and loads of information on this these days. So, but if you are going through abuse, you're dealing with a toxic situation, you're dealing with an unhealthy individual, anything that is causing you to feel really clogged up in your head and causing you to feel really unbalanced yourself. Journaling is, it's like tunneling your way out. It's like Shawshank Redemption. That's the image that comes to mind. It's like you're daily chipping away at this tunnel to get you out of the situation that is toxic to you and that is unhealthy and that is weighing down your life. And also maybe another metaphor would be journaling is like you're like, imagine you're walking and you're trying to walk through a desert, but you've got weights tied to like every part of your body, and as you're journaling, it's like those weights keep dropping off, and it's like you're able to just start like, oh wow, it's getting easier because I'm able to, as you journal, everything starts becoming clear. You start getting honest with yourself. You start getting clear with yourself about like, this is not okay. This happened. And also very important for if you're dealing with an abuse situation, narcissistic abuse, any kind of abuse. Well, it's usually pretty much rooted in narcissistic abuse, but any kind of abuse that you're going through, you are basically keeping track. You're keeping track not only for yourself, but God forbid if it ever comes to a point where, you have to deal with a court situation or something like that, you have documentation. You're basically documenting what is happening. Now, you're not doing it for that. It's not the only reason you'd be doing it, but, and it's also, by the way, very good for your sanity, because when you're journaling, right, let's say you're dealing with narcissistic abuse, and you're dealing with a situation where you're being gaslit, or you're being, like we've talked about in other videos or memes and things about a situation that causes you to question your own sanity. When you've gotten to that point, it's really time to remove yourself from the situation, whether that's in the other room or in the other, country. But anyway, but basically, this is like journaling is like your connection to your own sanity. Because let's say something happened, you have a situation where you're being gaslit or somebody's denying the very reality that just happened, right? If you've been journaling and you wrote down this and this and this happened, on March 3rd of 2020 or something, and then you're in a situation later where this person completely denies this. Well, you have a record for yourself of like, no, this happened. I know it happened. I wrote it down. I wrote it down. And that can be so freeing, because in those moments, if you are in a situation that's causing you to question your reality, to be able to have like something to like touch base into and go, oh my gosh, okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew this happened. I know it happened, you know? And of course, also having good friends and supportive friends who also will be like, yeah, I know, I remember when he did that, or I remember when she said that. Just, it's a way to connect to reality. And ultimately, the more you do that, if you keep doing that, you keep just like staying with it and keep journaling. And I would say, if you're in an abuse situation, you're with a person who you don't know what they're going to do next, find a way to keep them hidden. If you got to get like a box with a padlock on it, you know, something, or you have a safety deposit box at a bank somewhere, or somewhere where you keep your journals when you're done with them, which can be a little inconvenient because if you want to reference something, you may need to go get it from somebody. But bottom line is, have some safe way, you know, don't let that person that's toxic ever see them. Especially, you know, unless you're like, well, no, just don't let them see them. And not all people that are even narcissistic abusers are that interested in your journal, because honestly, it's not, they don't think it's about them. So why would they be interested? Excuse me. But anyways, but just to say that you can, excuse me, frog. But you basically can find your way towards emotional freedom by journaling. Because when you're journaling, you're also going to be bringing up things like that keep recurring for you, things that come up within yourself, people pleasing, or just acquiescing to things and sort of being, letting yourself be walked over and all these kinds of things. And the more you start seeing these patterns, the more you're going to want to do something about it. You're going to want to get therapy, or you're going to want to get a coach, or you're going to do some kind of a program, or you're going to do something so that you don't stay stuck there, because there's only for so long that you can sit there and write the same thing over and over and over that just keeps happening over and over, like you're on, you know, Groundhog Day, before you are like, I got to do something about this. This just cannot be my life. Yeah. So if you're already journaling, would love to hear your comments, or just hear from you and just see what how you've seen it help you, or how you've seen it, shift your life. And, I am considering doing a journaling to emotional freedom workshop type thing. So also let me know if that seems like something you might want to do. Anyways, I hope this helps, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the week and send you lots of love. Bye.